The Great Gamilas is a grand intergalactic empire which is governed and controlled by their people. From the planet Gamilas is where the empire holds their power over a vast territory built by conquest and absorbing other races within their own. The Great Empire is under the supreme control of a chancellor who's from a noble family and started out reuniting the Gamilas people during a great civil war. Through his rule, the empire grew in strength, especially their navy. Within the empire, there's division of class between the natives and the other races that join the empire. Of course, the Gamilas is ranked above the other races, but if you prove yourself as a loyal citizen, a non-Gamilan can move up in class. When it comes to their technology, they're a lot more advanced than the Earthlings. Even when the human race was given the wave motion gun from Eskandar, the Empire already developed and possessed their own gun. Now let's take a deeper look into their navy, which keeps their empire intact. The name of their navy is the Great Garmillas Imperial Astro Fleet, which consists of thousands of warships. The fleet is made up of Gamilans and other second-class citizens that join the Empire. Their fleet is made up of different classes of ships, which makes this empire a dominant faction throughout their own system in the Milky Way galaxy. In this video, we will be analyzing the main vessels operated by this great empire to find out how powerful their fleet is and if there's any changes they could do to benefit the faction going forward. Starting out on this list is the Gamilas fighters and bombers. Within their fleet, there are three main fighters, such as the Debake, Melanca, and the Czvarke. All of them are single-seat fighters, but there are differences between them. The Melanca was designed to be a multi-role fighter. Due to its wingspan, this vessel is capable of carrying additional missiles than other fighters on this list, but due to having a great amount of forward attack machine guns, it allowed this vessel to be used for an array of different missions, which is the reason why other branches of the Gamilas military also operate this fighter, such as the Imperial Guard. The Czvarke is a highly advanced and well-armed ship and is mostly used by aviation units due to the fighter's design. It can be deployed by many platforms, such as carriers, while the Debake is the main fighter used and deployed by Gamilas carriers, which makes sense because the vessel is classified as a carrier fighter. The Astro fleet has two main bombers, which is the Snuka and the Doshira. The Snuka is a two-seated dive bomber deployed off carriers. The vessel is heavily equipped with machine guns, but due to it being a dive bomber, it has to dive directly at its target in order to get an accurate bomb drop, while the Doshira is slightly different. The Doshira is a three-seated torpedo bomber. The ship doesn't have as many machine guns as a Snuka, but it is equipped with a heavy torpedo that can sink a battleship if needed. Now let's analyze the vessels that transport these fighters and bombers, which are the Gamilas carriers. The most generic designed carrier within the fleet is the Gaiperon-class, which is a multi-deck carrier. This vessel is not completely defenseless without its fighters due to the different turrets they have, but compared to the other carriers within the fleet, it's lacking in firepower. The Polmeria-class is a very unique design. In length, it's slightly smaller than the other carrier by 26.2 meters. The vessel has three twin laser launchers on the ventral side and a large caliber laser cannon. The Great Gamilas fleet launched a Gelvades-class battle carrier, which its main function is to lead and protect the other carriers and perform specialized missions. This vessel is heavily armored and defended for a carrier and possesses an array of different turrets and missiles. Due to this ability, it's able to face a battleship. Now let's review the Great Gamilas second-class space armored vessels, such as the Meltoria, Destoria, and Kelkapia cruisers. The Kelkapia is a combat ship that contains less weapons than other cruisers, but it makes it up by having heavy missiles. The cruiser possesses more torpedoes than other secondary vessels. It's great at escorting roles, and due to its speed, it makes it great at intercepting missions as well. The great ability about the Gamilas Navy is that they have an array of different ships that specialize in different roles, and you can definitely tell the difference when it comes to their cruisers. After the high-speed cruiser, they also have a heavy cruiser called the Destoria. The main reason why it's known as a heavy cruiser is due to its powerful beam cannons. Due to the cruiser's power, the humans classified this vessel as being a battleship, but according to the Gamilas Navy, it's a cruiser. The Meltoria, on the other hand, possesses both abilities as the other two cruisers on this list. It's heavily armed and highly maneuverable. The difference between this cruiser and the other two is its size. The Meltoria is larger. This cruiser is mainly used as a support vessel, while other forward attacking ships such as the Crepitera destroyer is the muscle. The Crepitera is the most common Gamilas warship within the fleet. Even though this class of ship is slightly armed, its firepower is what gives it the name of destroyer. Before we go over the last type of vessel within the fleet, let's give an honorary mention to the UX-01, which is a dimensional submarine which is able to travel between dimensions as well as attack vessels from other dimensions as well. The design of the submarines are very similar to a U-boat during World War II. Now let's review the Gamilas Empire battleships. The most common battleship within their fleet is the Gaiderol-class, which is the main flagship for most fleets. This vessel can take and give major damage to hostile forces with its turrets, guns, and torpedoes. Compared to the other battleships within the list, the Gaiderol is the smallest in length, being 350 meters. The predecessor for the Gaiderol is the Haizerad-class. Even though the Navy planned on using the Gaiderol-class still, they felt like they should deploy and develop something new that was a variant of the original ship. There was another battleship called the Destoria, which was built with a wave motion gun. The last ship in the fleet is the Zoelguut-class Super Dreadnought, which is the largest vessel within the regular warships, being at a length of 730 meters. It's heavily armed with multiple turrets and torpedoes. The vessel is also heavily armored, and especially at the forward section of the ship, which is able to take a lot of damage. Overall, the Gamilas fleet has a great amount of different ships that complement each other. It's no surprise that they were able to conquer so many other planets. Their only weakness is their leadership. Due to their class structure, a first class commander is placed above a second class commander even though they might be more experienced. There's a lot of corruption in the Gamilas military, where it matters more who you know than what you know. There are a few exceptions to the rule, but it's a very common occurrence in their military. They also have an issue where failure is not an option, so a lot of commanders try to hide the problem then tell their commanding officer. Let me know what kind of videos you want me to do next. For the next couple of months I might do a few videos on the series Dune since I'm reading the series, but I would like to know what kind of other videos you want me to do next, such as compare videos or fleet analysis videos. Let me know in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts about the Gamilas fleet in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to click on the notification button to keep yourself updated with my channel. Also, please check out my socials as well. If you enjoyed this video, then please check out these other two videos displayed on the screen. Thank you for watching Utopian broadcast, and I'll see you next time on my channel. Thank you.